Coach, first of all, thanks for joining us. It's the start of week one. If you can, maybe try to describe those feelings you're going through, whether it's nervousness or anxiousness, when you get ready for the first game of the season.
Well, it's a little bit of both. You know, the first game of the year there's a lot of question marks on where you're at as a football team. There's question marks about guys that are going to play. There's question marks about guys that are nicked up and a little bit injured and how they're going to be able to play. So there's a lot of anxiety, a lot of excitement, and we'll see what's going to happen come Thursday.
Let's start with camp. If you could pick one guy on the offensive side and one guy on the defensive side that you would say was your MVP this year in camp, who would it be?
Well, I would say on defense, I would probably have to pick two guys. I would probably pick Greg Jackson and probably Mark Idell. There's been several other guys that have played extremely well offensively. That's a hard question. I've been real pleased with our quarterback situation. I think that Nick Fiosin is really coming along. I think he's making great strides. He's throwing the ball with a lot of confidence, and he stands out in my mind.
How about with regard to Southern Arkansas? You played them early in the year last year. You had them down fairly late in the game.
Yeah.
But you just couldn't squeak it out. What did you learn from that game last year?
Well, you know, last year what our problem stemmed from was, we had a bad snap on our punt team, and then we had a bust on our punt team. So it was really two special team errors that just cost us dearly. And obviously we were working really hard on that, and hopefully we'll have great snaps, and that'll go well. But I think special teams was the biggest thing that you learned from that.
Southeastern head football coach Ray Richards is our guest. Certainly on offense for Southern Arkansas, their two biggest threats are both preseason All-Americans, quarterback Tyler Sikora, running back Mark Jackson. What is the biggest challenge in game planning for a team that has a balanced offensive attack?
Well, you've got to contain those guys. I think it's probably unrealistic to think that you're just going to completely stop them. But I think if you can contain them and keep them from, the running back, if you can keep Jackson from having a long run, if you can keep the quarterback from beating you deep and hitting a home run on the deep pass, I think if you can just contain those guys, I think you've got a great chance of winning the football game.
In trying to contain Jackson, do you feel that your front defensive line and your two linebackers, most of them being upperclassmen, do you feel that they are ready for that challenge?
Well, I think we're ready. I think that one of the things that people don't understand is that on defense, when you stop somebody from running the football, we give the front line and the linebackers a credit. But in reality, if the defensive backs don't fit where they need to fit and get up and set the edge and come up and give those guys a chance to make tackles, they're still going to, the front six can do a great job. If the secondary doesn't do their job, he's going to have a lot of yards. So it's a complete team defense when it comes to stopping the run.